Hey guys, hope everything's going well. You guys know the drill. Smash the like button, subscribe if you haven't, and comment down below. Follow me on Instagram at AIH_sports. First of all, for those that are living in the United States, want to wish you a nice Thanksgiving weekend, and hopefully you're having a nice Black Friday as well. I did some Black Friday shopping today in the stock market. Stock market got pounded, so I was just trying to look at some deals. Hopefully, market bounces back up in the next few weeks, and then I'll sell some of those positions. But anyways, today I'm going to be doing a video on cards and how some of us may be underwater in some of these cards that we have. And despite the fact that I've made money on a handful of cards, I am still underwater on a few of the cards and on open boxes. And I'll show you these. And I've showed you these in previous videos, but I'm going to talk about strategies of how I'm going to try to get myself underwater, and that may not happen in the next year, so it may take a few years for me to try to break back even, and I'll talk about it. Anyways, I'll show you some cards where I am underwater in. Um, 2003 Net Pro Rafael Nadal number 70 PSA 10. I bought this. It's insane. I bought this close to $700. I thought it was a good deal because of the low pop count. It's what, maybe $150 on eBay. That's a huge reduction. I definitely struck out on this, but once again, I am not ashamed of showing you where I made mistakes. And hopefully I won't make these mistakes in the future as well. This is the Aaron Rodgers rookie card. This is a 431. I bought this, no lie, I think I comp C $150 raw. And I sent this to CSG. CSG, I showed you in one of my videos. They said that someone allegedly was trimming. I don't know if that's true. I looked at the card. It doesn't look like it's trimmed. I mean, I've seen some cards where I know, okay, that definitely looks trimmed. But this over here didn't really look trimmed to me. But regardless, I'm not a grader, professional grader. And this Fortnite box over here. There's two types of Fortnite boxes. Okay, Series 1. There's the one in the United States where it looks like this, and there's some Fortnite boxes that are Italian based, and those are the cheaper ones. I'm assuming the ones in the U.S. box that are sealed are more rare. I could be wrong. That's why the price is more, but I think close to $700 if I remember correctly. That $700 now is close to maybe 450, maybe 500. I don't know. There's not too much liquidity in these, but I'm just thinking long term on these. And I I'm looking at the fact that okay, I'm definitely in the red here. I'm not going to sell this at a fire sale loss unless I am totally desperate for cash, then I will. But how would I get myself underwater? And I'll go back to my silver YouTube days. And I used to follow this one guy, Silver Futurist. He still does videos time in and time out. You usually see a lot of these guys, they pop up whenever silver prices just go up like crazy. And I remember like maybe 5, 6 years ago when the market was depressed. And he said that one way, this is not investment advice, this is just what he was saying. He was saying that the way to get out of your predicament is make an aggressive buy when the price is getting totally pounded. So a good instance when silver was trading at about 12, $13 last year, in March of last year, that would have been the time to aggressively be buying silver. And gold got pounded as well, but not as much as silver. The aggressive buy should have been then And then if you made an aggressive buy, or if someone made an aggressive buy at that price and they were underwater before, the basis of their price, meaning the cost that they originally acquired, would go lower. And these are uh, not trends, but these are topics that individuals with a large sum of cash on the sideline have and that are underwater. This may not work for individuals who are living paycheck to paycheck. So that's just something to note. So when the price gets pounded, and you know over a long period of time that these assets will eventually recover, then that's the way, in my opinion, to handle it. And once again, I'm not telling you guys to do this. But here's the deal. So a lot of people are underwater silver. They ended up buying lower at, if they bought lower at $11, $12 last year at its low, then they are in much better shape than they would have if they did nothing. And for sports cards, I think that strategy could be used. Maybe not right now, but in the next few years. I know some people are going to say, oh, that's a few years from now, but I'm going to try to come up with strategies for myself, because just because I've made decent money in some of the cards, I have lost money. Not, I haven't realized that loss, but I'm trying to find ways. Okay, how can I get myself out of a jam? So suppose you're a pitcher and you have the bases loaded, nobody out. You want to limit the amount of damage done, and that's what I'm trying to do here. Maybe allow, maybe have the defense play back and then get a double play ball. You allow one run in, and then next pitch, you have a fly out. You only allow one run while their bases were loaded with 0 outs. So that's what I'm trying to do. Limit the pain. And in the few years, if these prices come down further from where they're at, I'm going to be aggressively buying maybe some of these PSA 10s, where right now, like I said, it went from $700 to $150. And before, no one was really investing in tennis cards. So what I could do is, okay, if you see a hard crash where this card is 150 now, but maybe it'll go to 50 to $65 when you see all of this craziness go on in the market. So what you saw from February to right now, yeah, the market's in decline, but it hasn't totally destroyed everyone. Now, if a lot of people are getting destroyed, they may just forcefully sell their card because they think that, oh, this card may go to like 25, $30. It sounds crazy. And they just want to get out. And that's when I'm going to get in. So I'm going to lower my basis by buying probably a few of these. Hopefully it goes under $100, maybe hopefully somewhere in the $50 to $75 range. I could be, dreaming about this, but if that happens, I'm going to be buying multiple. And then maybe down the road, if this card goes back to $300, $400, I could get myself out of this and have pretty much no loss. That's the goal for me, to try to get out of underwater. I understand that some people, they may have bought, for instance, I had this card, a 2003 Federer. I think it was number 3. I had a PSA 9. I had a raw card that I bought for a few $100. Sent to the PSA. It was express. Got a 9, and then I sold it for about $1,075. If I sold it maybe a month or two before, I could have gotten close to $2,500 to $3,000. Now, do you know what that card is at right now? That card, you could buy a PSA 9 for about $400. It's that cheap. That's how much the market has gone down. And I wouldn't be surprised if it goes down even further. Okay, Federer may announce his retirement, you see a sudden boost, but then he is not going to be culturally relevant. So I expect the market to go even further down. And if it goes into like the hundreds of dollars for a PSA 9, I'm going to be aggressively buying. And Brad, the Comeback Kid channel, he's friends with personal finance dad, Dustin. And he did a video saying that, hey, Nadal and Federer look attractive. And I've noticed that too. These cards look pretty good now. But next few years, if you start to see, a huge decrease as well, then I'm going to jump in. I think that'll be a really attractive time to buy those cards. And then same thing with these unopened boxes. The only caveat is sometimes people sell fake boxes, but if these go down, even cut in half, I'm going to be buying more of these U.S. boxes or boxes based out of the United States. And the reason is there are some cards that the Fortnite community likes, and also some of these guys are young. Like, I'm not talking about 20s young. I'm talking about teens. They're in their teens and they played Fortnite. They're going to have money in the future to buy some of these hollow cards. I think it's the Black Knight, if I'm correct. There's some decent hollow cards. I'm not an expert on a Fortnite, but I do realize that there were some of these cards. People, I think, were spending over $30,000 for a PSA 10 at one point. So what's going to happen to this box? That's the thing. I mean, look at the Fleer 86 box. If it's sealed, that sells for a lot, even if the Jordan prices have gone down. Even if the other cards in that set have gone down, I'm just looking at this from a long-term play. And I know some people have said that, hey, you think the market's going to crash and whatever. I don't care if it crashes that hard, to be honest, because I'm going to be aggressively buying if you see that huge pullback. And I'm going to buy like stuff like this. No one's really talking about this. And I show this on my video because a lot of the times people don't buy what I buy. And sometimes, and still, I'm not a big channel, so it's not like I could influence the market. I don't have the same amount of subscribers as Gary Vee. If I did, I'd probably be a little more quiet because I could probably move markets. These markets are illiquid. I'm going to be talking about illiquidity in future videos. And another card like this, I'm going to be talking more about quarterbacks in a video this weekend. But this 431, a PSA 10, I can't believe in 2017, 2018, went for less than $100. At its peak, even like a few months ago, before Rodgers got injured and before the whole situation with Pat McAfee, that interview where everyone wanted to cancel Rodgers, but regardless, $100 card sold at $1,100 PSA 10 earlier this year. Okay, and now it's gone back to like $700. It's volatile once again. That's one thing. I think on PWCC auction it was also close to $700. So yeah, if these cards continue to go down from like $1,000, $600, or $700, and it goes down maybe a few $100, PSA 10, because of the market action in the collectibles industry, I'm going to buy more. And I'm going to buy these cards much cheaper so I could get out of this loss that I have right now on this. I don't know what the raw card would be for this, but I've made mistakes, but there are ways of getting out of this. Now, it may be tougher, like I said, for that Federer card. People were paying $10,000 going back to that. And for a PSA 10, and now I saw one auction or a buy it now, best offer was about maybe $1,700, $1,800. Could have been lower. That's a huge decrease. That's an 80% markdown. And I remember some people saying that, hey, I bought that card. 80% markdown. And for those individuals, unless they have big pockets, what they may be able to do in the coming years is buy a bunch of those PSA 10s. It's obviously a speculation, right? So this is not investment advice, but if I had big pockets and I bought that card at $10,000, I would wait maybe if it goes below $1,000 and start dabbling there, and hopefully you see another run up in the coming decade. Who knows how those cards will go up? What the reasoning will be? Could it be UBI, which is Universal Basic Income? Could it be the economy returning back to normal? Could it be okay, they lowering interest rates even further than where they're at? I mean, they went negative in Europe, like literally negative at one point. So who knows? But regardless, that's my strategy. I don't know what are your strategies of getting underwater if you're underwater. I'm sure a lot of people have made good money, but also they have cards that unfortunately they're losing money on. So I'm curious to see what you guys have to say. Anyways, guys, let me know what you think. Smash the like button, subscribe if you haven't. Comment down below, guys. Thanks. Bye.